Welcome, everyone, to today's explainer. We're jumping right into something I like to call the language of extremes. If you've ever wanted to know exactly how to express the absolute limits of, well, literally anything in English, you're in the right place. Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1. Welcome to Superlatives, the language of extremes. Now, you might already be familiar with comparatives. That's what we use when we're weighing exactly two things against each other. Like saying, my coffee is hotter than yours. But superlatives, they take it a whole step further. We use them when we're looking at a group of three or more people, places, or things. So you aren't just comparing anymore. You are picking the absolute, ultimate extreme out of the whole bunch. So, what does this actually mean? Let's look at the exact definition. A superlative adjective is a word that describes an object sitting at the very upper or lower limit of a quality. We aren't just saying someone is tall or even taller than their friend. We're saying they are the absolute tallest of them all, or the smallest, or the fastest. It's just a really elegant way to pinpoint the very edge of the spectrum. But here is the real secret to nailing this every single time. It's our magic word, the. In English, the acts like a grammatical spotlight. Think about it. You wouldn't just say, cheetah is fastest. No way. You'd say, out of all the animals, the cheetah is the fastest. That tiny little word points right directly at our extreme subject. Absolutely crucial. Section 2, the short adjective rule, the baseline formula. Okay, so here's our standard blueprint for short adjectives, meaning words with just one single syllable or sound. The rule here is incredibly straightforward. You just add the before the word and tack on an est to the end. So tall becomes the tallest boy in the class. Fast shifts gear into the fastest car on the track. And old turns into the oldest building in the city. You're literally just sandwiching your base adjective right between the and ist. Makes sense, right? Section 3. Tricky spelling exceptions. Words ending in E and CVC words. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how slight spelling quirks change up our core rule. First up, what happens if your short adjective already ends in the letter E? Well, you definitely don't want to just jam another E on there and make it look completely weird. So you simply add ST. Nice just drops right into place as the nicest, like she's the nicest person I know. Close seamlessly becomes the closest, as in my house is the closest to the park. We keep that ST sound, but we save ourselves from writing a double E. All right, here's our second tricky exception. We call this the CVC rule. CVC stands for Consonant-Vowel-Consonant. If you're looking at a short adjective and its last three letters follow that exact pattern, you've got to double that final consonant before adding your EST. Let's look at the word big. B is a consonant, I is a vowel, G is a consonant, CVC. So we double that G to get the biggest, like a blue whale being the biggest animal on Earth. Same deal for hot. Double the T for the hottest month of the year. And sad gets a double D to become the saddest movie I've ever watched. Section 4. Test your knowledge, prove your skills. Let's see if you can put this new linguistic superpower to the test. Try to fill in the blank to complete this sentence. This is the blank path to the beach. You want to use the superlative form of the word short. Go ahead. Take a second to think about that core baseline rule. And the answer is the shortest. This is the shortest path to the beach. Notice how we just popped our magic word, the, in front and stuck EST onto the end of the base word. Awesome job if you got that one right. Okay, let's turn up the heat just a bit. Here's your next challenge. He bought the blank cake in the bakery, and your root word this time is big. Remember that tricky CVC spelling pattern we just talked about? The answer is the biggest. He bought the biggest cake in the bakery. Because big follows that consonant-vowel-consonant rule, we absolutely have to double that G. Great attention to detail if you caught that. Let's do one final practice run to really cement this in your memory for good. Fill in the blank for me. Today is the blank day of the week, using the adjective cold. Go ahead and lock in your guess. Yep, the correct answer is the coldest. Today is the coldest day of the week. This is just a standard, classic application of adding the and est. And honestly, with these rules locked in, you officially have the grammatical tools to accurately describe the extremes of our world. Which brings us to the end of our explainer. But before we go, I want to leave you with one final thought. What is the greatest extreme you can describe in your own world using your new superlative skills? I mean, is there a park near you that's the quietest? Maybe a local dish that is hands down the spiciest? Look around today and see just how many extremes you can accurately label. Keep observing, keep practicing, and thanks for joining us.